0907, clear takeoff 07 right.
Clear takeoff runway 07 right, Singapore is 61.
Welcome back to the Canadian Aviator. In this sixth episode, we are diving into flying at night. Whether you are an aviation enthusiast, pursuing your Canadian commercial pilot license, or preparing for a written or practical exam, this video is made for you. Stick around until the end, where I'll be sharing exam-style questions you are likely to see in real test. Did you know that holding a commercial pilot license or CPL in Canada usually allows you to fly at night? But not always. That's right, some commercial pilot licenses are actually restricted to daylight operations only, and this can catch new pilots off guard, especially during exams or when starting their first job. So today, let's break this down clearly and simply using the Canadian aviation regulations so you understand exactly what counts as day and night, when night flying is allowed, what aerodromes need to operate at night, and what equipment both the aircraft and crew must have. In aviation, day and night are not based on a clock. They are based on the position of the sun. According to Canadian aviation regulations, daylight is defined as the time between the beginning of morning civil twilight and the end of evening civil twilight. Anything outside of civil twilight is considered night. Now, let's clarify what civil twilight actually means. According to the Aeronautical Information Manual, morning civil twilight begins when the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon ends rising, and ends at sunrise. This period lasts about 25 minutes. Evening civil twilight begins at sunset and ends when the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon again, also about 25 minutes. So to keep it simple, day is equal to civil twilight plus daytime. Night, any time before morning civil twilight or after evening civil twilight. This definition is extremely important for logbook entries, licensing, and legal operations. Can a CPL be restricted to daylight only? Yes, and this is something many pilots don't realize. A commercial pilot license does not automatically grant night privileges. If a pilot has not completed the required night rating, or has not met the night fly experience requirements, their CPL might be issued with a daylight-only restriction. That means no night takeoffs, no night landings, no operation outside civil twilight. This restriction can be removed later once the night rating requirements are completed. Night flying isn't just about pilot qualifications or aircraft equipment. The aerodrome itself must be suitable for night operations. To legally conduct takeoffs or landings at night, the aerodrome must have steady white lights outlining the takeoff and landing areas. Runway lights must be visible from an aircraft in flight at a distance of 2 nautical miles in all directions. The distance between adjacent lights in a line must be the same and not more than 200 feet. ARCL, or Aircraft Radio Control of Aerodrome Lighting. ARCL Type K. ARCL Type K allows pilots to activate aerodrome lighting by keying the microphone 7 times within 5 seconds on the published frequency. Once activated, the lights remain on for about 15 minutes before automatically shutting off if not reactivated. ARCL Type J. Arcal Type J is used at aerodromes with an ATC tower or FSS fly service stations. Pilots can turn the lighting on or off and adjust intensity by keying the microphone. 7 clicks, high intensity. 5 clicks, medium intensity. 3 clicks, low intensity. Lighting stays on as long as it's needed and is usually monitored by ATS. At certain aerodromes, night operations might rely on flare pods, actual open flames used to outline the runway. While they can make a landing possible, they are only a temporary lighting solution, usually for special or limited operations, and they do not offer the same safety margins as certified runway lighting. Steady red lights marking hazardous or non-usable areas. A lighted windsock that is clearly visible from the air. Without these features, night operations are not permitted, even if the pilot and aircraft are fully equipped. A qualified pilot plus equipped aircraft still cannot operate at an unlit aerodrome at night. Aircraft instrument requirements for night flight. Flying at night requires additional equipment because visual references are limited. At night, the aircraft must be equipped with airspeed indicator, altimeter, magnetic compass, turn and bank indicator, adequate instrument lighting. In the northern domestic airspace, there is an extra requirement. The aircraft must have a means of determining direction that does not rely on magnetic heading, due to magnetic unreliability in northern regions. It's not just the airplane. The crew must also be properly equipped. For night operations, pilots must have a reliable timepiece or watch, a serviceable flashlight. That flashlight is critical in case of cockpit lighting failure, emergencies, pre-flight inspections at night. If you are flying at night in controlled airspace, the aircraft must be equipped with a two-way radio communication system. This ensures continuous communication with ATC when visibility is reduced and traffic separation becomes more critical. Aircraft lighting requirements. Night flight lighting is one of the most tested topics on exams. Here's what the aircraft must have. Position lights. Left wing, red light. Right wing, green light. Tail, white light. If one tail light is impractical, two white lights might be used instead. Anti-collision light. A high-intensity flashing light that must be visible 360 degrees, must be visible 30 degrees above and below the horizontal plane. These lights help other aircraft see you and determine your direction of travel, critical for collision avoidance at night. Time now to test your knowledge. Question 1. Runway lights must be visible from an aircraft in flight at a distance of 2 nautical miles in all directions, as well as which of the following? A. They must be spaced at 200 feet. B. The distance between adjacent lights in a line must be the same and no more than 200 feet. C. They must be located at the edges of the runway and opposite to each other. Or D. They must protrude 15 inches to 18 inches above the ground level. That's right. B is the correct answer. The distance between adjacent lights in a line must be the same and no more than 200 feet. Quiz number 2. What is Aircal and where do you find the details? A. It is a telephone service you call to switch on runway lights. Details are in the phone book. B. Aircraft radio control of aerodrome lighting, details of which are in the CFS. C. It is a call to tower frequency that turns on the lights for 15 minutes, details are in the CFS. Or D. It is the automatic programming of runway lights found in the Canada Air Pilot. That's right. B is the correct answer. Aircraft radio control of aerodrome lighting, details of which are in the Canada Fly Supplement. Last quiz for this episode, quiz number 3. May flare pods be used for night landing and takeoffs? A. No, as the open flame is a fire hazard. B. No, they are unreliable and may blow out. C. Yes, but only for temporary lightning. D. Yes, they are an accepted feature of many airports. The correct answer is C. Yes, but only for temporary lightning. If this made you a better pilot today, give it a like, subscribe for more aviation tips, thanks for watching and see you on the next leg.